Welcome, soldiers of war. Welcome to the battle. Don your thinking caps and don't fall for chess traps. Right, let's get into it. So what are we going to do? We're going to don our thinking caps and we're not falling for chess traps. We're going to just go into a 3-minute tournament and we're playing MT09 2132 from Estonia. And we're going to don our thinking cap and we're not falling for chess traps. So we're playing logical Ruy Lopez opening. Just moving our bishop back, he's attacking it. Well, castle. Good, solid, steady stuff. Rook E1. He's threatening a pawn. C3. Can we see any chess traps? No. No chess traps. All good. Oh, he's chasing the bishop. We run away. Then the D4 comes in to balance the centre. And then we could always block it. That's one way to avoid chess traps. Block the position. And then slowly build your position. Then there's no exchanges. Where there can't be exchanges, you can't lose material. You can't get mated. And if you have space on your side of the board, well, you can build up your space and like this, and the pawn protects that pawn, and we could just, what's he doing? He's threatening my horse here, and he wants that black square. Oh, he's a cheeky bugger, isn't he? Well, play king here. It's a bit tricky, but it's okay. There's nothing there. We can't see any traps. That's because we understand the position. If you have a fundamental understanding of the position, then you don't usually fall for chess traps and stuff, right? As long as you have a fundamental understanding of the position. So we play knight to g3. The idea is to go to f5. If anything, when you have an understanding of chess traps and a bit of hoodwinking, then you can not only see what's coming, you see he wants to play knight here and invade a little bit. But no, we're not into all that sort of nonsense. We're not playing his game. We're playing our game. Right, so we can just put that knight over there. He's going to take it, but we'd be stronger on the white squares if he took it. The whole idea is this knight here is protected by the bishop and the queen. Oh, that's all right. So now he seems to be relatively happy with that position. Now we'll play b3 here. Right, the whole idea of this move is to stop this knight coming in. Remember, all that sort of the queen side there is all blocked. So we'll keep it. We want to keep that blocked. And now we'll play queen to king 2. Just move up a little bit closer. And what we want to do is we want to play a rook over to h1 because that's where his king is. You see, then he wants to play this move. He wants to open it up. So we'll oblige him a little bit. We'll play rook to rook 1. Right? Now, I'm setting a trap here because what I'm seeing is if he plays pawn to knight 3, chases my knight away, I can take that pawn off. You see? Knight takes pawn. That's what I was expecting. So because we're looking for his chess traps, we see our own. And now, that's right, now our knight's protected. Right, it's protected by this bishop. That's right. And now he wants to go up there. Well, he can go up there if he wanted to. What can we do here? This knight takes pawn. Look at this one. Knight takes pawn. Now that attacks his queen and attacks the bishop with check. Right? And then he's busted. So we're looking out for his chess traps, but at the same time, when we're looking for his chess traps, we're creating our own chess traps. He's 2132 rating from Estonia. So that's how easy it is to beat someone 2132. And then you just take off his rook, examine all checks, examine all captures, and then, of course, you want to mate him, don't you? So we just pinch a pawn. And then his king's is really, really naked. So all we've got to do is open up his king and he'll collapse. He'll die. He'll die real quickly. We pinch a pawn, threatening his horse. He hasn't even got an attack. We take back with check. He can't see anything, the blind old bat. Look at this, we're coming in. Where's he going? What's he doing? Does he know what he's doing? I don't think he knows what he's doing. We'll just double the rooks. There you go. That's threatens check wins his queen. We've got 15.7 seconds. But we've got 10 and 9 is 19 points of power, of military power all coming down on his king. So he's getting blasted like you wouldn't believe. Look at this, he gives us a pawn with check. More attack. And a rook check here. That's got to be like a mate. Queen check, get closer to the king. Rook takes rook check. Queen check mates. What a game. So, don your thinking caps and don't fall for chess traps. Isn't that easy to remember? That's another new rule of chess. I just came up with that one. Okay, rightio, let's go and find another game. Oh, we could join that 3-0 Blitz tournament. There's 26 minutes and 58 seconds on there. We'll try that one. We're playing Barney. He's 1664 from Canada. Right, D4. So he's playing a solid move. You're less likely to fall into chess traps if you play pawn to queen 4. Did you know that? Rather than e4, because e4 is a sharp line and d4 is a positional line. So, so you're far more likely to have a quieter game if you play d4 rather than e4. A lot of players aren't aware of that. So it's just another reason for playing solid chess. Pinch that pawn. Why do we pinch that pawn? Because we've got a plan. We've got a plan. We always like to have a plan. We want to play pawn to king 4 and open up the position. Because if there's going to be any chess traps, we're going to create these chess traps. Oh, look at this. I don't think he knows what he's doing. We're going to take that pawn off. And now he's got some real problems. He has to actually take with his queen because the rook is pinning his pawn against his king. So what do you do there? You go boom and you attack his queen. It's a double attack, not a single attack, not a half-blinded crazy attack. It's a double attack. And so that's good stuff. And we've got one little brilliancy coming up. We've got one little brilliancy because we're going to take that, right? And we can push the pawn here. Look at that on his queen. Can he play rook there? Probably, but still. If he plays bishop takes pawn, we could take his bishop for nothing, right? If he doesn't, well, he could be in trouble anyway. We could hit his queen. We can belt his queen. That's always a good idea, belting the queen. It gets another piece working. Oh, what's he doing there? Oh, well, there's a check over there. We can grab a check. Might be mate. Not quite, but still. It stops him castling. That's the real beauty of it. It stops him castling. The check wasn't as good as pawn takes pawn. I was just trying to play fast. So we all make mistakes in life, don't we? Right, so if we want to get this position moving again, we have to play f4 to open up that little pawn here. See that little pawn there? We've got to get a wedge in that little pawn. Try to make him uncomfortable. We'll take that. Now it's nice and open again. Oh, he's going there. Well. We can pinch a pawn down here. There's a pawn down there. We could take that. You see, there's always something loose. Always examine all checks, examine all captures. There's always something hanging around waiting to be taken. Okay? Donning our thinking caps and watching out for chess traps. Bishop takes pawn check. Where's his king going? He's going there. What about his bishop in the corner here? There's a check there. That's a check. Examine all checks and captures. There's another check there. Look at that one. There's another check. Don't miss a check. If you don't miss a check, oh, you can't go wrong, can you? And there you go. We won that one too. That was easy. So, right. We've got 23 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Don't forget that new chess rule. don your thinking cap and don't forget to watch out for those chess traps. Don't fall for those chess traps. Okay, d4, e4, knight to f3. Now all we're doing is supporting that pawn wall so we can push it down the middle. Right, push it down the middle. Oh, we can take that one. We'll take that one because that's the weakest square on the board, f7. And now that he's going there, we could say, hey, what about that weakest square on the board? We're attacking the weakest square on the board. That will give him a headache. The whole idea is give him a headache. We'll play queen up there. That threatens the weakest square there, that little e-pawn. And he's got to do something about it. He'll probably push it or something. But the point is, at least we've got in there and caused him a little bit of trouble. That's right. And now we can put our horsey in there. Can we put our horsey in there? It might be a bit dangerous. But hell, danger is our middle name, isn't it? That's right. Danger is our middle name. We'll go back. Leave the horsey down his throat. Because he's got to wonder. He's probably wondering, what do I do to get rid of that horsey? Oh, he's going over there. Okay. Well, we can take that. It's not a worry. But you notice when we're attacking and we're causing him trouble and consternation and all these sorts of things, he can't really put any chess traps on us, can he? Because now we can go over bishop over here. pin his horse against his queen. And we can go bishop here. And the whole idea is we want to go bishop checks, don't we? Really would like to go bishop checks. Oh, look at that. That's a good move. I'll go here and pin his horse. Oh, he wants me to take his horsey off. I'll take his horse. And that's because I've got all these weak squares over there, the white squares that are a bit weak over there. And that's good. I can out and castle a check. Oh, look at that. Pieces are working together. Isn't it nice when everything comes together? I love it when a story comes together. We'll give him a check here. Keep him honest. Then we could bring some more pieces in over here. Whee! We can pinch a pawn there. What's he doing? Is he threatening us? So we change queens. You can't mate us, pull any chess traps on us if we take everything off. And we just go, they say the 7th rank is good, so why not go to the 7th rank? Okay, so he wants to go there. He wants to give me a big check. Oh, I run away. Saw that coming, but I want to go to this pawn. I want to protect that little pawn. Oh, look at that. Take that off. And now we can play pawn up there. That looks all right. Because if he takes the pawn, we can take back like that, see? Now we've got two past connected pawns. So now we play king up, and we're going to go and protect our pawns. So you protect your pawns before you push them. Up we go. See, it's just a slow little, it's like going for a summer's day walk. Just go for a little walk, a little king walk. That's the way. Hold on 1 second. If we go up here and walk up a little bit further, we can push the pawn again. So just go for that little walk. Push, 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 and going for a walk. Little stroll down the middle. What's he doing there? Well, we can get a tempo, can't we, by hitting that bishop. And then we can push the pawn again. And look at the pawns. They're going forwards. They're being good little pawns. Hold on a second. King here. That stops his bishop. His bishop is totally dead now. Wasn't the best move, but pawn his bishop is trapped. That was like a self-imposed chess trap. His bishop has got nowhere to go. So we do that. And then we threaten to make a queen. And it's really simple. Don your thinking caps and play chess traps. Or don your thinking cap and don't fall for chess traps. See? And bang, there's a pawn gone. See how easy this is? It's an easy game to play. It's so easy, this game. So then you play king here, then you give him a bishop check. That's not a check. I thought it was a check. Must have just woken up. That's a knight check. Well, that's a check. That always helps. There's a bishop check. Keep checking him. If you check him enough times, something might happen, something good. Might get a little gift, Got to be careful here. What about the clock? Get out of there. Can't see the clock. 27 seconds. I'm going to play a brilliancy knight here. Oh, there you go. I've got a reason for that, you'll find, and that's to push this pawn forwards. King here. Pawn there. Now I've got the queen. He should have played bishop back. I think it might have even been a draw. So I chess trapped myself there. I'm coming in. Got 15 seconds to mate him, so I need a couple of queens. And we can arrange all that, can't we? There's one queen. Here's another queen. It's two queens. Two queens is good. And we can see a real big check down there, can't we? And there's a check there. That's a good check. And that's a better check. That's checkmate. And now there's 17 seconds left. Next match. We're coming 271 of 1,074 players, but we started very, very late. So I'm not going to brag about our position in the tournament. E6. C takes D. D5. Nice solid position. There you go. We'll take that off. That gives him an isolated D pawn. Isolated D pawns can be strong and they can be weak. And in this particular case, he's 2,112 rating, so I'd say that his pawn is strong. But we play this knight over to D7 to put this knight on F6 to get a tempo on this bishop, and then bang, his bishop's not so strong. And his pawn's not so strong either. He's not doing much, so we'll just play bishop to D7 because he can't push his pawn now, so it's no threat being pushed. So we're not worried. And now we castle. It'd be wrong to play bishop to C6 without getting your pieces working first, because he'd just take it off and he'd have a target. But we don't want him having any targets. So we want to target him. So we put our bishop there, and now we've got the diagonal. Now he has a choice whether to take or not. And if he doesn't take, we move it and put it on an even stronger square. And so now his opportunity to take that piece is gone forever. And now we say, would you like to change pieces, sir, because we have a great game? And we don't mind changing pieces, because as long as we've got this bishop on D5, it's a tower of strength. We'll play queen over here. Why? Because we might be able to be a bit careful. Where is that queen? Here, is it? Play queen C7. That just threatens his pawn. Let him worry about his pawn. If he wants to go over to attack, yep. Play here. That stops that bishop ranging down on our king side. Don't want him to do any chess traps against us. Now I want to move. I want to move all my pieces. I want to get my pieces working somehow. How do I get all my pieces working? I want to do something. A rook here. Put the rook behind this bishop and support it. I didn't want him playing F5 or anything brilliant. I don't want him playing brilliant moves. I'll just move my bishop back. And the whole idea is I want to change castles. I want to get the castles off the board. I don't like them on the board. See his bishop's on C1 and B1, right? We want to get rid of those rooks and bishops and things like that, okay? We could chase his queen away. If we chase his queen away, it's very, very hard for him to do anything. He wants to play bishop takes g-pawn, but he can't do it. It's not playable. And now we play king up and protect that pawn. Protect that pawn over here. That pawn's protected twice now. So he can't take it. We don't want him taking that pawn. So now he's thinking. He's thinking because he's running out of moves, attacking moves. Now he's going over there, so he wants to go down and pin my bishop. So that's okay. I'll just change direction. I'd rather have the d file anyway to attack his castle, and because I can always go, hey mate, what are you doing there? I can actually do some other stuff. There's a little queen move over here. That's a good move. And now I can play queen down to the 7th rank. He wants to give up a pawn there. We'll take that. I've got to be careful of chess traps, right? So I'm donning my thinking cap and watching out for chess traps. What I really want to do is target this pawn. So I can play he wants to do that. I could just say, change pieces, please. Change. I'll change. If you'll change. No, he doesn't want to change. All right, and you don't want to change. I'm going to come forwards and threaten your bishop then. I'm coming forwards, threatening your bishop. I want to penetrate this position. Oh, there's a check down the back. My God, that's a big check. Because he's lost his bishop. That's his most powerful attacking piece. I will take that off. He hasn't got the check with the queen. We've watched out for that chess trap. So if we can just take his bishop off, he's in big trouble. Rook takes bishop. There goes his bishop. That was his one piece that he had, right? And then we have our own chess trap. Queen checks and his rook's gone. Did you like that one? Ladies and gentlemen, queen takes rook. Look at that. Oh, he's got a check. We'll take that. We're going to mate him real quickly. Give him a check there or something. Oh, and we won. Next match. That was good. Very dangerous. That was very dangerous. We could have forgot to turn on our helicopter thinking hat. When I think of a hat, I think of a hat with a light bulb on it, or a hat with a helicopter hat with a little helicopter spinning around. Because that's what chess players do. They play silly chess sometimes. Okay. I'm looking out for chess traps. There's a chess trap coming here. Pawn to king 5. And pawn to king 6. That's always good for fun. See? Just hit his horse here. We take that. And he plays knight here. And then that's when he gets in the mess. No, he plays knight there. Well, that's a mess too, because doesn't he lose a piece after g4? Pawn takes knight. Isn't that a chess trap? You don your thinking cap and don't fall for chess traps. There we go. So now we've got a completely won game. Straight out of the opening in 10 moves. That was Itari 1761 from Chile. So he takes the knight, so we take, it'd be wrong to take this knight, because if we took that knight, he could pin our knight here. And that wouldn't be very nice. So we take this knight in the centre, and we're still attacking this one over here. And that one, well, take that one off. He doesn't need that one. That's extra for us. Now he wants to play queen check. See, we always examine all checks. When he pushed that pawn, he was threatening a check over here, okay? So we know check is dangerous. So what do we do against check? Well, we could just we could just push our pawn up there, couldn't we? We could just push our pawn there, and then oh, that's not really a good move. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He's got bishop checks, but the whole idea is I want to move my king and run away. Oh, he didn't see that? Oh, you didn't see that, buddy? All right, when queen takes pawn, that threatens your queen and your rook and your bishop all in one move. So that can't be bad. Now you've got your check. Fair enough. Didn't see that one. Okay, so I'll play king to the black square. And now I'm on your castle and your queen. And I've got good protection in here on that C2 square. Got another check. Now I go in here. Now I've got perfect protection. Now I'm threatening bishop takes bishop. Well, that's all right. King here is perfect protection. Big question is, do you want perfect protection or do you want to swap all the pieces off and just win the game? Swapping all the pieces off and winning the game is a good idea. When you're a piece up, it's an excellent idea. You see that? Now I'm still threatening his queen, still threatening his castle, and I'm threatening his bishop. So he's got to take the bishop. But he doesn't take the bishop. Well, don't I just take the rook with check, examine all checks and captures, then oh, hold on a second. Then play a knight check that attacks the queen and the king. When you see a good move, look for a better one. When you see a good move, look for a better one. And watch your clock too. Next match. That was quick. And how much? We've got 7 minutes and 14 seconds left. Then we have to take the wife to the station. We're playing Massimilian Ballista from Italy. I would have said Spain. He's 1762. We attack his pawn. We play the Guico piano, or the Guico pianissimo, or whatever it is. Something like that. It's a Guico piano game, main line. My God, the main line. I'm going to get confused in a minute. 1760 castle. That's one thing about having a higher rating. Sometimes they get scared and they don't want to take a pawn because they think, oh no, he's a good player, he might beat me and all this sort of stuff. And they create problems in their own heads and they just lose. So once you attain a higher rating, people do get scared of you. You become scaredy cats. It's not the way to play chess. You've got to be brave. You've got to don your thinking cap and watch out for chess traps and be a brave little soldier. March forwards. Look at him. He's being a brave little soldier. Well, I'll take that pawn off. Bang, it's gone. That threatens his bishop. Now, he wants to know where to put it. He's thinking about it, but he's using a lot of time. It's a 3-minute game. He decides to go there. Well, bishop e7 might have been a lot safer. Now, we'll just play bishop hits knight here, right? The reason being is the knight hasn't got many squares. This is the point. This is the point. And now, if we take that knight off, we could check him, but we can check him anyway. We could play rook check. Now his knight's got to go back. And now we can play bishop hits knight. You see? Getting ready to destroy his position. Okay, so we'll play... Nope. We'll play knight to bishop 3. I've lost a piece here. I've created my own chess trap by trying to be too brilliant. And I'm actually losing, am I? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. If I play bishop takes knight, now if he takes my queen, this is a chess trap. I've examined all checks, examined all captures, and I'm creating a chess trap. And I believe that this is a winning move. This is a winning move. I'm pretty sure this is a damn fine winning move. Well, pretty close to it anyway. Almost. Well, he's got 45 seconds on the board, and now he gives up his queen. He realises that his queen is dead. I think it would have worked. I'd have to show you in the analysis board the actual variation of what would have happened. We'll go over here. here and threaten his pawn, because that's always good fun. Now we give him a check and just see where he goes, because there's a mate here. See that, or loss of a rook. Knight check. We don't worry about the knight being trapped because we're going to gobble up his rook. And I've just found a better move already. If king goes to g1, we don't take his rook with check. We actually play knight to f6 check and smash his little pawns. Okay, smash his little pawns. And that'd be the end of him. We've got 2 minutes and 36 seconds to win our next game. And then we come number 94, 1,249 players. But of course, as we entered this tournament very, very late, so they all had a big advantage on us. We only played about 7 games. Some of them played 20, so they get higher scores for that. So we're just getting our pieces working and we're looking out for chess traps. Plan. So there's a plan. He wants to put his bishop over here and fianchetto against my king. Oh, boy. Boy, crikey, Jay. We'll stop him. Then he'll look at the position and say, oh, you destroyed my plan. It's Ituri, 1764, from Chile. Well, we do know that we want to push that pawn there, didn't we? And get rid of his bishop. That was our plan. I don't know. We could threaten his bishop. That's a plan, isn't it? Threaten to take his bishop. And he's probably looking at the position saying, what's he doing? He's just coming to get my bishop. And then he fatally weakens his pawn there next to his king. That's a fatal weakness, I should think. One would think it could be fatal. Not fetal, not a fetal weakness, a fatal weakness, my friends. So, we need the black squares, so we'll grab one. See that diagonal along there? That's a good place to put your pieces. Okay, so he's playing well, he's playing solid. I don't know about this e5 move. I'm not sure about that. But it's not too bad. We're playing on black squares after all, aren't we? We're playing on black squares. He wants to play knight there. It doesn't do anything. Knight here. Watch out for chess traps. Knight there. And knight takes pawn check. Could be a trap. So we play pawn here quietly. Just a quiet little move. Nothing naughty. Queen to e7. We just play there quietly. And the game is over. The tournament's over. So there you go. Yeah, a tournament's over, so they just cease the game or null and void it or whatever. So there you go. We really enjoyed playing here with you today. And I hope you learned something about looking out for chess traps, right? And it's all about what I teach on this channel is how to understand the board, right? So not necessarily, not necessarily know, definitely not learning everything like a parrot, but actually comprehending the way that the structure on the board is all set out, right? So when I'm looking at this board, I'm looking at this weak G6 square, I'm looking at this backward E pawn, and that's why I've got my bishop fixed on that. That's why I've got my queen sort of sneakily coming down on that one there. And I played pawn here to stop the knight coming in here. I wasn't worried about the knight coming in there, right? Only knight here and knight takes pawn check. That's all I was worried about. And because any moves like knight there, I can play f5 and chase him away. So I wanted to slowly build my position. If the game had continued, perhaps I might have played knight to b6 to rip off one of those knights if it went there, bishop d7 and castle queenside, right? So that's what my plan would play. Knight there, bishop there, and then castles queenside. So that would have been a plan in that particular position. though the position I'd say is about equal. But we'll just have a look, see if I'm right. We'll go to the analysis room and we'll just see if the game's equal. Can I go to the analysis room on an unfinished game? Probably not. Okay. All right, but thank you very much for coming in, having a look and sharing time with me today. I really appreciate that. But right now, I'm going to say stop.